Hello, it's Mrs. Barker taking you through lesson 6 of your non-fiction scheme of work. Let's have a look at our starter. So first of all, think back to your EBI from last lesson. How are you going to make sure you improve your work today? Let's make sure we put that into practice, please. Second, what's in a word? There are 6-ish words below. I want you to look at the language choices, and they're on the worksheet, which you're welcome to print out and use or type onto, but you can also just do this using pen. You don't need a printer at all. Look at these words, these vocabulary choices, and upgrade them at least 3 times to more exciting or powerful vocabulary. So instead of cold, we could have freezing. Instead of big, we could have huge, gigantic. But let's try and get 3 more powerful words for each of these words below. So good, great, awesome. What can we have that's better than those? Okay, small and little, what's better than those? So 3 new ones for each of those, please. How many did you upgrade in the end? Did you get 3 for each one? I hope you did. Remember, you could have Googled them. So if you didn't and you think, oh, yeah, pause here, go back and Google them, get you 3 for each one. Now, let's get ready to compare. We're going to add more vocabulary to the list. On this slide, we have a list of alternatives for the words we've already got on our worksheet. So read through these, choose 3 really good examples and add them to your list. Now, if there's any words you don't know the meaning of, and there might well be like somber, for example, or jubilant, numbing, minuscule, look those up. Look at least 3 of those up, please. Before we go any further, we need to understand what annotation is. Now, this is something you've probably done before, but you may not have called it annotation. So annotation is when you make notes around something. So you often find a key word or a key idea or key image, and you draw a line out from it, and you add a brief note suggesting what it means, what it does, or why it's there. You can use highlighters or colours to help categorise ideas, or just help it look clear or look nice. Okay, so on the example we've got here, she heaved her shopping up the steps. Her neighbour, Mrs. King, twitched her curtains, probably already on the phone to her friends. So we might think, what key words have we got in there? So heaved, well, we know that's a verb, and it suggests that her shopping is heavy, or it suggests that she's weak. Either of those would work. We've got up the steps. That could suggest she lives, well, she might just live on a house with steps up to it, but she might live on the top floor. She might live in a flat. That could suggest something about her income or something similar. Her neighbour, Mrs. King, we've got Mrs. King, so she clearly knows her by name, so they know each other. But we get the impression they're not friends from what follows on. Twitched her curtains, so the fact she's twitching her curtains suggests she's nosy. Twitched is a verb, it suggests maybe that she's hiding behind them. Probably already on the phone to her friends, so she's clearly a gossip. And the speaker has experience of her being a gossip. And then already suggests, it's an adverb, and it suggests speed, that she's already on the phone, she's done it really, really quickly. So it helps us to make quick notes on something we're reading instead of writing a paragraph about it. And you're going to need that for the next couple of slides. Now, writers make careful choices about the vocabulary they choose, and they think about the impact that their vocabulary choices will have on the reader. So you're going to have a go now exploring vocabulary choices and writing about the effect on the reader. So on the next slide, there's a headline in blue and a blue flash, and we're going to go through and analyse that. So our headline is, Britain on the verge of a population explosion as over 500,000 new people arrive each year. So what I want you to do is to annotate that headline there, okay? Find the key words and draw lines from them and say what you think about them. So think about, are there any interesting words in this headline? There are, okay? Think about the word explosion in particular. Why do you think those words have been chosen? What do they suggest? What do they make us think or feel? What's the effect of them? And it can be helpful to think about what words could have been chosen instead. So you could have had, instead of explosion, you could have had growth. You could talk about population growth rather than a population explosion. And it changes the meaning and changes the impact and changes what we're supposed to be feeling about it. So go through, annotate this. You can do it on the sheet. There's a box on the sheet, or you can just do it, write it down and do it on your piece of paper. There were lots of interesting things you could write about that headline. So, for example, I talked about the word explosion and why that's interesting. maybe about the word over, maybe about being on the verge of something. It's also interesting, it's with new people, they could have had the word immigrants. You might think about why they didn't use the word immigrants, for example. So now I want you to copy and answer the question. So the question is, how has the writer used language choices to make an effective headline? And I want you to write a Peter paragraph, so point, evidence, technique, explanation, and the effect on the reader. Remember, technique is just the name of the technique, for example, verb, adverb, adjective, something like that. Make sure you've got a Peter paragraph where you explore the language choices and their effect. What does it make the reader think or feel? That's the effect on the reader, okay? Write a full paragraph, please. And make sure that when you've done it, that you go back and you check it for each of those elements of Peter and add in any that you accidentally miss out. Now, answer this question. So how has the writer used language choices to make an effective headline? Again, remember to do a Peter paragraph, aim for a full paragraph, make sure you get a quote in there, put it in quotation marks, and make sure you have the impact on the reader as well as terminology. Now we come to our self-assessment for the lesson. So think about how well you've done today. In particular, go back and read your paragraph with a purple pen or any other colour pen or pencil. And think about any corrections you need to make. So have you got any words that you think you might not have spelt correctly? Did you remember to include your paragraph? Can you see that it's a paragraph? If you've done more than one paragraph, have you set them out correctly? Double check your capital letters. Are any of them lowercase when they should be uppercase or vice versa? And then think about the following questions as you read your paragraph and make sure you give yourself a www or what went well and an EBI, and even better if at the end of your work. So, have you chosen relevant words or phrases to explore? Have you explained in detail what the word or phrase you've chosen, what it suggests? Have you used a direct quote? And is it in quotation marks? It needs to be if it's a direct quote. Have you considered what effect the vocabulary choice may have had? And then go back and actually correct those things, please. Once you've done that, upload your work to your teacher's Google Classroom. So don't send it to me. Okay. There won't be any sessions set over half term because I think you'll need a rest. But be ready back fresh as daisies after half term for lesson 7 and 8. Have a lovely half term. Enjoy your pancakes and we'll see you soon.